Mishoo happened to get born at the time they cut the corn, quite contagious to the town of Killaloe, where to tayches they'd a schame, and a French Mishoo he came to instruct us in the game of parley. I've one father that I swear, but he said I had a pair, and he struck me when I said it wasn't true. And the Irish for a joint, or the French for half a pint, faith we learned it in the school at Killaloe. You may talk of bony party, you may talk about Gaiety or any other party, and come on de portez-vous. We learned to sing it easy, that song, the Marseillaise, who long too long the continent, we learned at Killaloe. May we Mishoo would cry, well of course you can, says I. No, I know, says I, with some surprise, when a boy straight out from Clare heard his mother called a mare. Sure he gave Mishoo his fish between the eyes. Says Mishoo with much alarm, go and call for Johnny Dam. There's no such name, says I, about the place. Comment, he made reply, come on yourself, says I, and I scattered all the features of his face. You may talk of bony party, you may talk about Gaiety or any other party, and come on de parlez-vous. We learned to sing it easy, that song, the Marseillaise, who long too long the continent, we learned at Killaloe. Oh boys, there was the fun, you should see him when 'twas done. His eyeballs one by one did disappear, and a doctor from the south took some days to find his mouth, which had somehow got concealed behind his ear. Then he swore an awful oath, he'd have the law agin us both, and then he'd have both Limerick and Clare. But he found it wouldn't do to teach French in Killaloe, unless he has a face or two to spare. You may talk of bony party, you may talk about Gaiety or any other party, and come on de portez-vous. We learned to sing it easy, that song, the Marseillaise, who long too long the continent, we learned at Killaloe. To the magistrate he went, and a lot of time he spent. Says the magistrate, "Begotta, I'm perplexed, for a fella who, you see, spells whiskey ODV, you never know what he'll be up to next." Then nothing more was said, Mishoo went home to bed, and mixed no more in Killaloe affairs. For the fun and tayche's face was no more about the place, but was closed for alterations and repairs. You may talk of bony party, you may talk about Gaiety or any other party, and come on de portez-vous. We learned to sing it easy, that song, the Marseillaise, who long too long the continent, we learned at Killaloe. If disgraces you would try, or would prove an alibi, or alter your appearance just for fun, you've just one thing to do, go teach French at Killaloe, and your mother will not know you for her son. French may be very fine, it's no enemy of mine, but as I think you'll easily suppose, whatever tongue you take, it is mighty hard to speak, while your ear keeps changing places with your nose. You may talk of bony party, you may talk about Gaiety or any other party, and come on de portez-vous. We learned to sing it easy, that song, the Marseillaise, who long too long the continent, we learned at Killaloe. Now I'm glad to find 'tis true you are pleased with Killaloe, and our conduct to the teacher that it send. But I've told you all the past, so this verse must be the last. That's the reason I have left it to the end. We're all Irish tenants there, and we all prepared to swear that to the Irish language we'll be true. But we all with one consent, when they ask us for the rent, sure we answer them in French in Killaloe. You may talk of Boney Party, you may talk about Descartes, or any other party, and come on to Portez-vous. We learned to sing it easy, that song, the Marseillaise, along to long the continent. We learned at Killaloe.